you nervous when you first started working the MTA in 2008, it says, but I started working in 2010. After I passed training, I was kind of cocky. The supervisor actually failed me on the first day because I did some cocky move. Rockwell. He should have. I never was nervous. I was nervous taking the DMV test because I was out there for 43 minutes and the girl failed me. And I knew I did what it took to pass. It was so serious that when I got to the supervisor, he says, "Congratulations." And I said, "No, I failed." He was like, "Stop lying to me." And I said, "Yeah, I failed." And he says, "Nobody fails who's out there for 43 minutes. You were out there for 43 minutes. If you fail, you usually fail in the first 15 minutes. The whole point was I ended up passing the second time. I've never been nervous of driving the bus. I literally was great at driving the bus, and I learned in the MTA. 9 days in, it used to be different. It was 5-day training, and then you will be on the field if you pass. 9 days of me driving the bus, I was with somebody, and they basically told me, "You've been driving for 5 years." I said, "No." I said, "You'll never guess." I told him I've been driving for 9 days. The advice he gave me was, since you've been driving for 9 days and I see how great you are and how you're in your mirror and how you move and how you get in and out, never get cocky. I think it's one of the best advices I ever got, because it's like having all the talent in the world and you get cocky and you stop working out and you don't improve on your craft because your talent is so good. And then, you know, you get left behind because the guy who wasn't that good was working out consistently, taking batting practice consistently. I talk about baseball a lot and stuff because I love it. So, or, you know, they were studying consistently. So that was a great advice. Never been nervous. Does a run number work? So a run number is a way that we can identify the buses. So it's usually like, let's say 1 to 50. And when you make a relief, like let's say a relief is when you go on the road to take over a bus because he's going to lunch or he's going home. And with that run number, you know the bus that you're gonna relieve. And it also helps dispatchers know what bus that is. Because if it's a 22 bus or a 31 bus or a BX10 bus, if you don't know the run number, you don't know where it's at. So the run number is just basically a bus to identify that run. And also it goes in order. So run 1 comes before run 2, you know, meaning you report earlier with run 1. You might not finish at the same time, but the earlier the number in the run, the earlier you report. It's just a way to identify people and the buses. At all the depots you worked, in which one I had the best time? I've had a good time in all the depots. In West Farms, I was a little blackballed, but I liked the Union a lot. I've actually liked the Union and everybody in every depot. I have no problem. I understand what I'm getting myself into. So me being in a depot doesn't really bother me. I have no favoritism in any of them. If I was to pick one, I will pick Gun Hill because I'm 5 minutes away. Do you prepare for driving a 40-foot bus or an articulate bus? They prepare you to drive every bus. If it's hybrid, you have to take classes to learn how to drive every bus and feel how it moves. All buses are different, brake different, move different, and also the buttons are in different places, like the lights, the lights for the driver, the heater for the driver, the climate control. A lot of people don't know that we don't have cold air and hot air. It's climate control for you guys. We do have a heater for us. So every bus you're prepared for. The MTA makes sure they check every box on safety with you. I can't lie about that. The MTA does not play on you not being prepared to move this bus safe. They prepared you.
There's one thing that I noticed that I've always liked, and it's helping people.
Was the process of being an MTA bus operator difficult and stressful? like the 10-day road test, the exam, getting your CDL, passenger endorsements. Getting my CDL was the hardest. And it wasn't the classes to prepare before it, it was the DMV. The DMV has different standards of how the MTA teaches you. The MTA teaches you to cover your rights so you control more of the road. The DMV wants you to drive more like if this is a car. It's two different ways of driving. That's why I tell everybody, try to get your CDL first. Getting the endorsements and the permits is very easy because I know a website that gives you the actual test. Everybody who texts me, I give them the website, or they DM me. I give them the website to go. It's like General Knowledge has 11 tests that they actually hand out to you. And the website, they have the exact 11 tests. So if you study, you'll pass it one day. That's no problem. The 10-day road test, I think it was 5 days when I was there. I'm not sure, but I think it was 5 days. I'm not sure, but meaning the practice that the MTA gives you, you can get nervous and stuff if you've never drove like me. But if you know how to drive and you pay attention, and they give you that tough love. So even when you're doing good, they be like, no good, and stuff like that. Like they kind of like army you into it, but it's nothing to be scared about, because they're just trying to make you understand the responsibility that you have when you get behind that wheel. You know, regardless of what people say about dispatchers and superintendents, they were bus drivers. They just have a different title, and they come off in a weird way, but nobody wants anybody to do bad, especially superintendents. They don't want to fail anybody, but they're not going to put their name for somebody who can't drive. The 10-day thing, it's just a process, and being nervous is all right. It's like going into an interview. A lot of people say, yo, I'm going into this interview, I'm nervous. It's normal. So you should be nervous. You should feel some type of way. You know, if you're coming for this job is because, or this career, it means that you haven't had anything as good. You know, I made a lot of money last year. I was in 6 figures, and I don't have a college degree. And you people gotta understand that I have 4 weeks vacation, 5 weeks vacation. I get over 128 days off a year. The career is good.
There's one thing that I noticed that I've always liked, and it's helping people.
The exam that you take, it's some stupid exam to just put you in place. There's not difficult questions, so the better you score, the better it is. I did bad in that exam. I've done good in all the other civil service exams. I did bad in this one. I'm lucky that they called me. So that's basically the Q&A for today. Hopefully I answered all your questions. Every career or anything in your life has pros and cons.